Hello everyone, welcome to a review of Cross Clues. Think of this very briefly as a cross between the party games Codenames and Just One, and that's roughly what you're getting here. Cross Clues is a cooperative game for 2 to 6 people. There's going to be a grid in the centre of the table, and that's going to have sort of like 1, 2, 3 across the top and A, B, C along the side. Each of those is going to have a single word assigned to them. So for A1, you'd be linking horse and old, and maybe you'd say Trojan, as in like the Trojan horse, and that's kind of historical and stuff like that. Hopefully the other players around the table would guess that correctly, because if you do, you get to put your card down there and then move on to the next one, and you're trying to get the entire grid filled. If you don't, that card's going to get put off the side, you can never guess it, and you'll have lost the point. The reason it feels like code names is the fact that you're kind of giving clues that link things together. And the reason it feels like Just One is because once you've given your clue, everyone else is sort of working together to get that. So it's kind of Just One in reverse. Rather than everyone giving you a clue, you're giving everyone else a clue. But you're still trying to, use that single word to try and get some information sort of across to the other people at the table. So you do have the choices of difficulty. It's just going to basically mean there's more to technically go wrong or right. And then there's also a timer. So you can go up against a 5-minute timer, which is included in the box. You don't need to. You can sort of play a bit more relaxed and just play it as it is, or go up against the timer to really sort of force you to not fully think through those connections and those links. That's where the game shines, I think. When you're against that timer, no longer can you just sort of sit there pondering and thinking of the best solution. You have to quickly come up with an idea of what the link could be, and that's when you start sort of saying something that maybe links 2 or 3 words together, and the rest of the people have to sort of make a decision of what they think you meant. It's an interesting one because it's a game that, like with Codenames Duet, I think it actually works really well with 2 players, because you can, in this game, really work out what the other person's thinking. If there's a group, you kind of have to sort of say a clue that's suggesting something to the group. When you've got one-on-one, you can really hone in your clues to that person. So, maybe you've got an in-joke with them, or you just know they're a really big fan of a certain TV series or something like that, and you can use that to your advantage. So I think it's going to be a good one that works with couples, friends, and big groups all at the same time. Now, one small problem I have with Cross Clues, and it kind of is the same with Just One or Codenames, and Codenames is a really good example, is a grid of words looks really boring. It doesn't do much. Now, on the box, you've kind of got this colour pattern, and that colour sort of scheme does sort of flow through, but there's sort of the quirky faces on the box. Let's see if we can get that in focus for you. These sort of quirky faces, they don't really shine through. Now, I'm not quite sure how they would have done that. Maybe on the cards that are like A1, and that's the grid reference that you need to say. Perhaps they could have had one of these sort of cheeky faces on them, and that would have just brought the game a little bit more to be visually pleasing. But they haven't. It does look that bit meh when on the table, despite being fun to link words with other people. So there you have it, that's Cross Clues. Yeah, the production isn't anything fancy. It is effectively a good, solid, party-ish sort of linking game for a couple or for some friends and stuff like that. So I've definitely enjoyed Cross Clues, and you might do as well. There's reviews and stuff of other things on the channel. I'm sure there's a box popping up with something else to watch. But if you've enjoyed the video, please like, share it, subscribe and all that jazz. And I'm Oliver East, signing out.